The holy grail, position 1 on Google My Business. When you're there, you know how powerful it is. When you're not there, you're looking at your competitor ranking above you. Google My Business can be an absolute gold mine for those that are looking at inbound leads to their local business, especially if you're a brick and mortar store or you rely on people walking physically into your business, then this is incredible. However, if you're just looking to serve a local audience for your service, then Google My Business is one of the most powerful marketing channels for your business. And in this video, I'm going to take you through 3 growth hacks in order to get on position 1 of Google My Business, so stick around. Now, for those of you that don't know what Google My Business is, Google My Business is a little widget that appears at the top of Google search rankings when you type in a term related to your local area. It's also, if you go on Google Maps and you type in a term, it's also where you'll see little business pins all across the map. So let's say you're in a new area and you're looking for a bar near you. You might type in bar near me on Google, and at the top what you'll see is a little widget that will have the top bars near you. Now, the order of how these bars are ranked isn't a coincidence. They're ranked based upon a number of different ranking factors, including the number of 5-star reviews that they have with relevant terms. It's also how complete their business profile is, how many backlinks. There's a number of different ranking factors that go into it, but the consumer doesn't really care about this. As we all know, when you see something at the top of Google My Business, we just assume that it is the best ranking. We trust Google, we trust organic rankings, and that is one of the reasons Google My Business can be one of the most powerful organic inbound channels in order to get leads for your business. An example that I always think when I'm in a new area and I need a barber, I will type in barbers near me. I won't even really look at the website, anything like that. I'll just call the barber that comes at the top because I trust Google. Now, whether you guys agree or not is a completely different story, but I have peace of mind that if I click that top search result in Google My Business, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna get what I need. That's why it is pivotal for your business to get there. And believe it or not, it is a lot easier than you think when you follow the right processes and you follow the right hacks in order to get to the top. Now, before we get started, this applies specifically to those that have already filled in their Google My Business, have already got all the information listed out. So if you haven't gone through and followed a video or a tutorial about how to make sure that you've filled in all of the Google My Business information, then probably go and look at YouTube, go and look at Google in order to fill that. This is assuming that you've completed everything. Now, the first tip for ranking position 1 on Google My Business doesn't actually apply to the Google My Business listing itself. What it actually applies to is your website, because on Google My Business, you'll have a link directly to your website, which will take users from there directly to your website. And you need to make sure that your website has the term in that you want to rank for on Google My Business. So let's say you're a Squarespace web designer in New York and you want to rank high up on Google My Business for Squarespace web designers in New York. If the header, if the SEO title of your website does not have Squarespace web designer New York, then you're shooting yourself in the foot in terms of ranking position 1 on Google My Business. Because Google My Business doesn't just look at the information on your listing page, it also goes through on your website, it'll crawl it, it'll index it, it'll see what you're ranking for, and that directly impacts whether or not you're going to rank on Google. So if there's a specific term that you want to rank for, make sure you put it in the H1 and SEO title of your homepage. Now, there's also a couple of other things that you need to make sure you follow. It's not just about putting the keyword that you want to rank for. There are best practices that you should specifically follow for your H1 and SEO title. Now, your H1 should be between 50 and 60 characters and include the main word that you want to rank for. This can be a little bit tricky because let's say, for example, you're an osteopath based in Birmingham. That doesn't necessarily leave you with a lot of characters in order to fit that 50 to 60 character limit. So you need to think really careful about the niche that you want to rank for and make sure that you include that in the title and SEO title of your homepage. This will show to Google that this is what you want to rank for, and therefore when people search it on Google, you directly boost your chances of ranking position 1 on Google My Business. And I'm telling you now, I know I've already said it, it is the holy grail of ranking on Google. That top Google My Business slot is going to generate you so many leads when you get it right. Now, the second thing that you should focus on in order to get that top spot on Google My Business is something, again, that isn't directly related to your Google My Business listing. As I've said, this is focused at people that have already filled everything out, and this specifically focuses on backlinks. You want to get backlinks, i.e. links from other websites to your website, from businesses and websites in your local area. And this is important because of one key reason, and that is topical authority. Google wants to look at your website and see that you have authority, i.e. you have relevancy, you're trustworthy within your specific niche or area. And if you're getting backlinks from local bloggers, your local newspaper, local websites in the area that you want to rank position 1 for, then this is going to scream to Google that you are the top person that should be ranking for that term. And if we look at the previous one, imagine that you are, again, use the example, a Squarespace web designer in New York. If you've got that in your header, SEO title, and you've also got links from other websites based in New York, you know, the New York Times, you've got local bloggers which are saying you're the best Squarespace web designer in New York, then everything is pointing towards that you are the best Squarespace web designer in New York. And remember that Google makes money from being the trustworthy search that people go to. If Google ranks a business as the top listing for whatever you're searching on Google and it isn't the top listing, it damages Google's reputation. So Google has put in a number of different ranking factors that it will look at, and one of the biggest things is topical authority. Scream and shout to Google that you are the best person in the local area by working with local bloggers, by working with local news articles, and any other ways that you can get backlinks from the local area to your website. And this is actually one of the reasons that you should look at awards. Now, awards, yeah, they are sometimes a little bit corny. You know, we all look at them and think, oh, well done, you've won the best local business in a town that has 20 people. While that may not on the surface be that amazing, what it can be fantastic for is backlinks, because if you win an award for a local area in your niche and you get a backlink from that award to your website, that is screaming to Google that you are the best person in that niche. So focus on local backlinks, get your primary keyword, the main thing you want to rank for, in your heading, and you're well on your way there. But the third and final thing that I'm going to take you through is probably the highest ROI activity that you can have when you're looking to rank position 1 on Google My Business. Now, this specifically looks at reviews, and you're probably sitting there and thinking, Henry, of course, we know reviews are massive for SEO. We know they're massive for getting inbound leads and getting people to our business. We know this specific thing that you can do to get reviews will change the game. And this is specifically looking at if you've got a brick and mortar store or a physical location that your customers come to. Now, what you're going to want to do is log into your Google My Business listing. And what you're going to find on the dashboard, you're going to find an area where you can actually get the link that takes people through to the review page on your Google My Business. So when people click on this link, it will take them directly to the review section on Google Maps or Google My Business, meaning that they can, you know, hopefully add 5 stars, add a description, and even add photos. Now, if you've done it before and you've, you know, sent this out via emails, via text, whatever, people never fill in the link. People are busy, they don't really care, and they just don't have the time to fill it in. But if you've got a local store, what I recommend is get that link and go to Bit.ly. It's bit.ly. And what this platform does, it gives you custom tracking links where you can actually track how many people are clicking on a link. You're going to take this link, and using Bit.ly, you can turn it into a QR code. And essentially what this means is whenever someone scans that QR code, they're going to be taken directly on the phone to the area where they can fill in a review for your website. Now, what this means when people are visiting your store, visiting your office, visiting your local location, let's say for example you're a butcher's, people are coming into your shop every single day, they're getting amazing experience. Putting that QR code there gives them a super easy way in order to leave a review for your business. And what's more, they can leave a photo on that review while they're in the actual location, and this screams to Google that it's an authentic review and it's from someone that is actually experienced what you offer. And we've all seen it before. We've all seen those, reviews that look just completely fake, or people have been paid. If someone takes a photo in the actual store, it screams to Google that it is a legit review. It's going to boost your rankings like no other method. Now, even when you leave the QR code, people aren't going to leave it there. So that's where you need to incentivize people. You need to build into your sales process, into your customer experience flow, that people leave reviews. And something that I recommend is saying to customers that they get 5% off whatever they're buying in the store when they leave a review. So this is not only incentivizing people, and they can do it while they're in the shop, but you're also dangling a little carrot over people's heads. You're giving people something in return for leaving in the review, and this is going to make it even more likely that they're going to leave a 5-star review. Now, as a little bonus, there's one more growth hack that I'm going to take you through that specifically relates to the third point. So great, you've printed off your QR code from Bitly, and using the link that you've taken from Google My Business, you pull it on your shop front, but it should not stop there. You want to make sure that you are specifically asking those customers to add the term into the review that you want to rank for. So let's take the Squarespace web designer in New York. You want to tell your customers, you want to ask them to add best Squarespace web designer in New York, because this is going to show to Google, not only do you have local backlinks from websites in the same area, but also people leaving a review are leaving that keyword that you want to rank for, which again is just going to scream and shout to Google that you are the best site in order to rank position 1 on Google My Business. So after a while, after you've built it into that flow, not only is your ranking going to shoot up, but you also get a load of user-generated content. People will be leaving images. You'll have loads of amazing reviews that you can share across social media platforms, that you can share across your email marketing, your website. So it's extremely, extremely powerful. So ranking on number 1 on Google My Business does not have to be difficult. I can promise you that following these 3 methods can be extremely powerful for your business. And I know I'm the creator of the Squarespace SEO plugin, and I run an SEO and content marketing agency. I also recently helped run a project with up to 25 local businesses in South Wales in the UK. And I worked with one clothing store that did this. They left the QR code on there. They were already ranking position 1 on Google My Business for their primary thing that they wanted to rank for. But just by one change in order to rank for another key term, by adding that QR code on the shop front, by working with local bloggers, by doing all of that process, the 3 growth hacks, they got position 1 on 2 key terms in the industry, and now are absolutely raking it in for people in the local area, finding them through Google My Business. How do we know that? Well, Google My Business shows you the analytics. So you can see the amount of people that are pressing get directions, that are calling you. So take a screenshot of it now, apply those 3 steps, and take a screenshot after it, maybe 6 months after you've got enough reviews, and leave a comment below to let me know how you get on. Now, thanks a lot, guys. If you enjoyed that content, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. It means a lot to me, and it will show to Google that you find my content helpful. So when I share more in the future, you can find it, and other people in the community can find it. Thanks, guys.